Hello and welcome back to Xbox On. How's it going, guys? The clocks have gone forward and that means we're officially one step closer to summer. April is a jam-packed month full of Xbox awesomeness, so Henry and I are going to run through all of the confirmed news, releases and things to look forward to. Let's go!
Getting the month off to a nail-biting start is Resident Evil 3, the latest reimagining of Capcom's survival horror classics. The game being given the R-Remake treatment this time was originally subtitled Nemesis, and for very good reason. The real star here isn't Jill Valentine or Carlos Oliveira, the two characters you control during the campaign. It's the Nemesis. You remember Mr. X from the Resident Evil 2 remake? Well, Nemesis is like if Mr. X realised he wasn't quite up to the task of scaring you out of your skin and called in his supervisor, who isn't just an invulnerable monster the size of a family car who stalks you through levels. He's an invulnerable monster who can use weapons, and over the course of the game transforms into new and more horrific forms. Warning, if you've got a fear of tentacles, avoid him at all costs. And that's only half the game. Resident Evil 3 also includes Resistance, a brand new multiplayer mode where you either play as one of 4 survivors or as the evil mastermind, watching your victims through security cameras and dropping traps and zombies into the level. It's your chance to be the Nemesis, in other words.
April is shaping up to be a very good month indeed for horror fans. If Resi 3 leaves you hungry for more, you might want to check out Daymare 1998, coming out on the 28th. It's a survival horror game inspired by the 90s Resident Evils. There's also Horror of the Deep, which will lead you beneath the earth for a first-person fear fest inspired by Amnesia: The Dark Descent. And if you prefer a more cartoony approach to scares, try Dread Nautical, a tactical turn-based RPG about trying to survive aboard a cruise ship filled with monsters. Ooh.
Or if you're more into spokes than spooks, there's MotoGP 20, speeding onto Xbox One on the 23rd of April. This latest MotoGP tie-in game offers a more stunningly realistic biking experience than ever before, thanks to improved physics working in tandem, that's a bike pun there by the way, with an upgrade system that lets you tweak every aspect of your bike, from aerodynamics to engine power. And of course, you'll be able to customize the livery to make your bike really yours, using the game's acclaimed graphics editor. Now, switching from 2 wheels to 4, or even 10, with SnowRunner. This is a very different kind of driving game, the sequel to off-roading sim MudRunner with even more extreme terrain for you to master. The game's open world covers 30 square kilometers of mountains, lakes, and of course, snow, more than triple the size of the previous game. So if you fancy breaking out the snow chains, spinning some wheels, and spreading some muck, you'll want to look out for SnowRunner when it arrives on the 28th.
Next, we're off into space for a couple of games set among the stars. Out on the 24th, Deliver Us the Moon is a sci-fi thriller that puts you inside the helmet of an astronaut on a mission with a lot of gravity. You're tasked with saving humanity from extinction, solving puzzles, and gradually uncovering what happened back on Earth as you poke around on the surface of the moon. Meanwhile, over on the Irid Novo space station, things are a little more hectic. Hellpoint is an action RPG, so think Dark Souls in space, where you battle genetically modified horrors and deal with the reality warping side effects of orbiting a super massive black hole. Just your standard Wednesday then. Also coming from the same publisher, Tinybuild is a game that couldn't look more different to Hellpoint. With its clumsy plasticine workers, hard to control vehicles, and wobbly physics, this is Totally Reliable Delivery Service. And if you're in need of a laugh, it could be just the thing. Totally Reliable Delivery Service is available to buy right now or play as part of your Xbox Game Pass subscription, so you can jump straight into 4-player co-op, either over Xbox Live or split screen. Although, honestly, I'm not quite sure co-op is the right word for this. Expect your fellow players to get in your way as much as actually help you out.
And amazingly, it's not even the only delivery company themed game coming out this month. Coming on the 27th is Moving Out. This one's being released by Team 17, the same publisher of Overcooked, The Escapist, and Worms, which should give you a pretty good idea of what to expect. Yep, even more co-op chaos, online or on the couch, provided you haven't already moved it out. This is more of a case of controlled chaos though, as you build up your removals company and take on bigger and weirder jobs. Ever wanted to clear out a haunted house? This is your chance. Now, that is a lot of great games, whatever you prefer to play, but we're far from done. At the end of April, we've got a couple of massive games arriving to see out the month in style. First up, there's Gears Tactics, which brings the fast-paced action of Gears of War into a whole new genre, with XCOM-style turn-based tactical battles and an RPG-style metagame where you customize and upgrade your squad. If you're new to these kinds of games, it's the perfect introduction, but grizzled veterans will have 4 difficulty settings to choose from, plus the Dead Means Dead Iron Man mode, and optional objectives and modifiers for each mission if you really want to challenge yourself. If that sounds interesting, then watch out for our in-depth look at the game closer to launch. To make sure you don't miss out, make sure you subscribed and hit that notification bell. Gears Tactics will be roadie running its way onto PC on the 28th of April and will be available on Xbox Game Pass from day one of release. The Coalition has been working together with Intel throughout development to make sure that the game will look amazing on high-end PCs, but also run just fine even on laptops and lower spec machines, to make sure everyone has the chance to play.
Finally, on the 30th, there's the freshly announced Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 campaign Remastered, which is a pretty self-explanatory title, honestly. It's your chance to revisit this blockbuster campaign, teaming back up with Soap, Price, Ghost, and the rest of the task force lads, all remastered with improved textures, animations, physically based rendering, plus Xbox One X enhancements including 4K and HDR lighting to help put the modern back into Modern Warfare 2. Oh, and if you pre-order now, you'll get the Underwater Demo Team bundle to use in the new Modern Warfare and in Warzone straight away. It's got a bunch of cosmetics, including a skin for Ghost based on the classic mission, The Only Easy Day Was Yesterday.
We will take back our world from the scourge of the machines!
Alright, with all the month's big new releases covered, it's time to talk about the games you can pick up as part of subscriptions this month. On Xbox Game Pass, as well as Gears Tactics, there's a big game arriving right at the start of the month, Nier Automata. Specifically, the Become as Gods edition, which includes all of the game's DLC, from side quests to cosmetics, plus a music video, because why not? The game itself is, well, it's a little hard to describe. It jumps from open world RPG to world-class action game to bullet-hell shooter, and you can finish it in less than an hour. But that's just one of the 26 possible endings here. And to get the full story, you'll want to play through the whole thing 3 times over. It's a wonderfully weird masterpiece, and you'll be able to check it out for yourself from the 2nd of April. It's all part of the celebrations of Nier's 10th anniversary, which also included the announcement of a new remaster of the original game called, bear with me, Nier Replicant version 0.1.2247448713.9. Just to make sure you don't confuse it with the previous 22,474,487,138 previous versions of the game, presumably.
And then of course there are the 4 monthly Games with Gold titles, which are to download and keep for anyone with an Xbox Live Gold subscription. The month is off to a strong start with Fable Anniversary, free to download from today through till the 15th. Released to mark 10 years of Lionhead's beloved RPG, this is a HD remaster of the original game, including all the content from the Lost Chapters re-release. And it's Xbox One X enhanced to run in 4K, to make sure your return to Albion is sharper and more beautiful than ever. Also right now and sticking around all month long is Project Cars 2. This racing sim offers nearly 200 cars and 140 tracks for you to master, from Daytona to the infamous Nürburgring. And tracks will change from lap to lap with dynamic weather including blizzards and thunderstorms keeping you on your toes. Or your toes on the pedal, I guess? Anyway, this is another Xbox One X enhanced title with HDR lighting to really bring all those tracks to life. Then coming on the 16th is Toy Box Turbos, a racing game on a much smaller scale. It puts you behind the wheel of a miniature motors and tiny trucks, micro machines you could say, on a selection of tracks shrunk down to fit on a tabletop. You'll have to dodge jam spills and toy trains, as well as weapons fired by your racing rivals. That's available until April crosses the finish line on the 30th. Sticking with the tabletop theme, there's also the Knights of Pen and Paper bundle, which packages together 2 retro-styled RPG games, where you play as the players of a D&D style tabletop RPG. Yeah, it's a bit meta to say the least, but if you can get your head around it, there are hours of excellent old school role-playing to be found here. Pick them up from the 16th of April all the way through to the 15th of May.
And finally, there's all the new content for those games we can't stop playing. There's another monthly update coming for Sea of Thieves, which is set to be a big shake-up for the PvP arena mode. Instead of following treasure maps, all players will be chasing a single chest of loot, marked with a beacon in the sky. The plan here is to make matches way more intense, along with smaller arenas and shorter round times to bring players into conflict much quicker. And going the opposite direction, you can get some Sea of Thieves swag over on the brand new Bleeding Edge. By playing Ninja Theory's 4v4 brawler between April 1st and the 7th, you'll receive a gold border hoverboard in your workshop. It's nice to see a little dev-to-dev love, isn't it? And just launched is Gears 5's third operation, Gridiron. This brings 4 new characters to the game. We've got Clayton, Mira, the Theron Guard, and everybody's favourite, Augustus Coltrane Cole. There are also new achievements to collect, 6 brand new hives for escape mode, and a ton of small tweaks to gameplay for the best Gears experience yet. And with the Gears Spring Quarter Pro League currently in full swing, there are new rewards for anyone watching along at home. You'll be able to get themed weapon skins just by tuning into streamed games and completing quests during them. And of course, today being April Fools, there's a bit of silliness in the air, or in the water in the case of World of Warships Legends. Until the 13th of April, you can play in the new Duck of War game mode, a no-holds-barred, 12-way free-for-all set in a bathtub? Expect intense battles, giant inflatables, and of course, some titanic rubber ducks. What more could anyone ask for?
We need help. My men cannot do this alone.
So that's everything we know about April right now. It's shaping up to be a packed month for Xbox fans, and you can expect more news to drop over the next few weeks. To make sure you don't miss a minute, hit that subscribe button. And in the meantime, why not hop over to the Xbox On Mixer channel, where we stream every weekday afternoon. It's a great way to stay on top of the hottest new games and the occasional golden oldie too. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Say hi down in the comments, smash that like button, and thanks for watching. Bye!